to my channel. I'm Jackie, also known as Junk Gal. My sister asked me to build her a noodle board for her stove. It's a stove top cover so that you have extra storage because she has a small apartment. So you can store things on top of the noodle board. And I want to show you, here is one that I built for my stove. And I used all reclaimed boards. And I used some old insulators for the handles. So I'll show you what I'm going to use for my sister's handles. And hers will be all reclaimed wood as well. It won't be like this. She has requested something with Snoopy on it. I'll take you through the process of how I do decoupage sheets. We'll decoupage it to this and we'll seal it up. I think it's going to be so cute. Let's get to the workshop. We're here in the workshop. I thought I would share with you first why they call these stovetop covers noodle boards. Traditionally, noodle boards were used when chefs needed extra space for making noodles. If you've ever made fresh noodles, you'll understand the reason for this. The noodle board sat on the stovetop and provided the extra space needed to make the pasta dough. So there you have it. That's why it's called a noodle board. But in my case, it just gives me extra space for anything. My sister did send me the measurements for her stovetop, and the width is 29 13/16, and the height is 22 1/8. The height being this way. So what you're going to need are some boards. I just pulled these out of the scrap pile. And I just fit them together to see if I had enough. And I did. The only thing I'll have to do is trim them down. This third board, I needed to trim off about 1.5 inches. So I measured it, and I have on a cutting edge guide, and I'm going to use my handsaw and just cut off this little piece. And then I will have my height of 22 1/8 this way. And then we'll just have to trim off the boards this way. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now we have the length is going to be correct. Put these together. Now these boards are not perfect, but we're going for that rustic look. So the width we need to be 29 13/16. The width that we're shooting for is 29 13/16. And I'll just go ahead and mark those in different areas. We'll line these up evenly. I'll get these trimmed down on the miter saw, and then we'll have the correct width for our boards, and then we'll continue assembling this. This is actually one of the easiest projects to do, and they make great gifts. More scrap wood. We have the boards the correct width and the correct height. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give all the boards a good sanding. Alright, so we've got all the boards sanded, and we just want to line them up. And then I'll glue it down here and then nail this into place. The same way on this side. And the best part is the color. On the bottom and the sides, I'm going to stain it walnut. And then on the top, it's going to be this color. I got this at Menards. And it's called Blue Fjord. And it's a chalky finish paint. And I think it'll be perfect for the decoupage that we're going to put on here. So let's continue with the build. It's coming together. And I'll go ahead and get some wood filler and put in here and give it another good sanding. And then we'll put some stain on the back and that beautiful color on the top, and we'll get that decoupage going. This is dry. I went ahead and stained this off camera, and my stain is a walnut stain, some black chalk paint, and antiquing wax, and I just water it down. I just keep it in a container like this and just add to it when I need to. But I like this combination. And now it's time to paint the top. Some of the stain did spill to the front, which I'm not worried about because I can paint right over that. Plus it'll give it an aged look, which is fine. After we paint the top, we'll decoupage the image on. We'll add the handles, and we will be all, and then I'll probably put a sealer on there as well. Oh, I love this color. I'll get 2 coats on here and I'll be back. Look how pretty this color is. It's hard to tell, but it is gorgeous. I think she is going to love this. Now it's time to make our decoupage paper. For my decoupage paper, I simply use printer paper. And what I'll do is just take the edge of this Fiskars ruler, line it up, and rip it. Make sure you hold on to it tight. And it gives it that deckled edge, nice and fast. Hopefully you can see that. Just hold on to the edge. It's gonna be so cute. And then I'll distress the edge with some distress ink. And that'll hide the white of the paper. And there we go. And then I just have some distress ink. Distress it. If there's any scragglers on here. I think my sister is going to love this. Now to decoupage this, I kind of have to see where I want it. So I've kind of got it in the center. I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge down, and then I'll iron that to the Mod Podge. So I'll move this, put a layer of Mod Podge, and then iron it on. And I'll be back to show you that. And I'm putting a liberal coat on here. Don't want it too thick, but you do want it even. And this is matte Mod Podge. And I need to let this dry. After it dries, I'll be back to show you how we iron it, and then we'll put a coat of Mod Podge on the top. Alright, so our Mod Podge is dried. And again, I'm just lining this up. And there is kind of a halo around here. I'm not really worried about that because I can put some blue paint on there and kind of blend that out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some parchment paper. These are some parchment paper sheets. And iron that on there. And because the Mod Podge was dried, this will heat up the Mod Podge and it will stay on there. Want to make sure you get the edges really good. I think the edge here can use a little more. There we go. I think that looks great. All right, that is on there really nice. And then I'll take a coat of Mod Podge and go over the top. And then I think I will take some blue paint and go back around that. And I think the blue that I chose really matches this decoupage piece. I want to get that sealed in there really nice. All right, we'll let that dry and put a nice coat of blue around there, and then it should come back to this color, and then we'll seal it up, add the spoons as the handles, and we'll be all set. So I'm going to pre-drill the hole for the spoon handle, and I'm just going to go 8 inches down, I think. Remark it. All right. All right, just a little bit of cleanup on aisle 9, and we are done. And I think that'll blend in really nice. Yes, I really like that. I think my sister will really like this. Then all that's left to do is put a top coat on everything. And my sister will have her own noodle board. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think you're going to make your own noodle board, let me know in the comments below. I hope you were inspired by today's video. I hope you'll find inspiration to create your own gifts. Handmade gifts are the best, and they are sure to make someone smile. I appreciate you watching. And until the next video, God bless.